So, when we started traveling, like everybody else, we thought we'd keep a blog and remind ourselves of stuff we did. And we did that, but not reliably. I've never been able to maintain a blog. It's just way too much work. I'm too lazy and rather do anything else. So this time around, we are just going to record ourselves, make poorly edited videos, and upload them to YouTube. So what did we do today?
We drove from Amarillo to Santa Fe. Just got here. Picked up some groceries for the day.
Yeah. So we ordered groceries while we were in Amarillo, and they were ready the second we pulled into town. We're going to make some lunch this afternoon. But you forgot to mention...
Oh, Cadillac Ranch.
Yeah.
In Amarillo.
Wow. It's changed my life.
Going to Cadillac Ranch.
What is that?
It's a bunch of Cadillacs that look to be, maybe they're buried, maybe they're cut in half, but they're put down in the dirt and covered in graffiti.
It smells like spray paint out here.
It does smell like spray paint.
Did that change your life?
I don't know about changed it, but it's cool. I didn't know you could just bring your own spray paint.
You don't need to. People litter it and leave it everywhere.
Leave it on the ground for someone else.
Yeah.
The next guy.
That was unexpected.
A lot of spray paint.
It was good. Yeah.
A lot of trash.
They did have spray paint there. You don't even have to show up with your own paint.
People
plenty.
leave it there on the ground.
Yep, there's
just
plenty.
Pick it up, find a can, see if it's full. If it's empty, apparently you just leave it there.
We're going to have 2 viewers, and 0 of them are ever going to that Cadillac Ranch. But just in case any 2 of you go, now you know you don't need spray paint.
We didn't know you could spray paint. We thought you just showed up and it was some art installation, but it's
Lucky us.
just a bunch of old Cadillacs, nose down in the dirt, and you can spray paint whatever you want on them.
So what are we going to do? What did we do this week? So we mounted a shelf in the back.
We put in the power strip behind the driver's
We put in the power strip behind the seat.
which let us put our curtain rod back up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we went on rattle patrol.
Ben fixed the rattle in the door.
Without
I got to punch the door.
without your door punching, I would have never found the rattle. We're constantly finding new rattles and squeaks and having to fix them, and this door's been just a nightmare. So what we've just done, I doubt the same squeaks we have would affect anybody else, so I'm just kind of going to show what nonsense we have to go through, and you'll probably have to do it in different places, but what we did is this plastic just vibrates just enough to create a high-pitched rattle constantly behind this door. And so we put rags. Well, we have our disposable rags. So we put rags behind here as a source of dampening. And then we put all this back on. We're going to put these screws back on. But the worst of it is that one of the rattles took forever to find. And it was out here. And it turns out it is this piece of trim up here. This piece of trim hits against the door. The door right here just slaps just barely against the trim of the chassis. And my goodness, it creates a obnoxious rattle. We looked everywhere. We thought it was in the door, or the Ford dealership thought it was this piece of plastic had come loose. And we finally found that one. That was just... unfortunately, a millimeter of imperfection up there, so we pulled that piece of trim off. But thanks to her extensive door punching, she had to punch the door and it would cause the rattle. And the other option was I was going to duct tape her to the outside of the vehicle so we could hear where the rattle was coming from while we were driving. But luckily we didn't have to do that because
option 3 was get a gunner seat that hangs out the door.
that's too expensive.
Fun though. Get you some goggles.
It's too expensive. So what else are we going to do this week?
Tomorrow we have tickets to go to Meow. This will be our second time. But we didn't rush the first time, but we also didn't take the time to read the story of the house, so maybe we'll have time to do that tomorrow. It's probably gonna be packed because we got the only tickets left for the entire weekend.
It's true.
Yeah.
They were completely sold out. So book ahead, apparently, during COVID.
On a weekend,
book
especially.
ahead on Memorial Weekend.
Yeah, I don't know if it's that it's a holiday weekend or that it's a weekend in general, but
I'm pretty sure only my mom and dad are going to watch this. So mom, dad, if
my
you...
grandparents will.
Yeah.
Hi, Papa.
Okay.
Grandma.
Okay. Well, let's make lunch. This is how we start most mornings. With me getting up, Alex sleeping for about 6 extra hours, and then waking up begrudgingly because the world does go on. She would actually like to sleep for 15 or 20 more days. So we stayed in Santa Fe, or just outside of Santa Fe, on some BLM land, and we're about to cook some breakfast, go on a hike this afternoon, and then we're going to go to Meow Wolf and check that out again. And then I think we're going to head on to Durango today. So we're going to cook the same vegetables as yesterday, with some eggs here for breakfast. I'm going to saute up some onions, peppers, and some cilantro. I'm going to add a couple tablespoons of butter. I'm going to use up the rest of our spinach, and this is a bunch of cream cheese. How are you feeling about today, honey? Are you excited to be awake?
I'm cold.
I've turned the heater on to 75, but she still manages to be cold. It's impressive. Good morning. We can make coffee. We're headed to... Maybe I did that on purpose. We're headed to go hike. We're going to go, what was it called? Overlook
something.
Overlook Summit
Trail.
Or something like that. We're going to go to Overlook Trail. Up in the mountains.
4 miles, right? Is that what you said?
Something like that.
Let's do it.
We had breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
We had...
Ben the chef?
We had breakfast. Now we're headed to go hike.
We had coffee.
Where are we going?
Overlook Point.
And it's, backwards. I can't believe they made those signs backwards.
Why would they do that?
That's so weird.
It's not gonna look.
So, Overlook Point, turns out, is indeed just a point. It's not the trailhead. We found it.
We did.
It is down the road, but the entrance to the trail is a little further than they had marked it.
Turn by the, was it Car Overlook Racing or something like that?
Yeah.
Turn by that.
And park in the back. And the entrance to the trail is there.
Yeah.
Let's talk about, what do I look like?
Clean.
A Q-tip?
Clean.
Is that what you just said I look like?
No. I did say that, but you don't actually look.
So, let's remind ourselves of what we did today. We went on a hike.
Yes.
And it was awesome. Mm-hmm. Overlooked a valley. It was a really cool hike.
It's kind of short and sweet.
Short and sweet.
Laid back.
We, so interestingly, we were driving to this hike and all these people had come out to celebrate our arrival. We showed up and there was a huge parade for us and they were waving at us and holding up flyers and all sorts of stuff.
There were balloons.
There were balloons. Yeah.
Confetti.
It was pretty cool. So we got a police escort through half of Santa Fe on our way to this hike. It was
north of Santa Fe.
How humbling to show up and have something like that happen. On our hike, what did we see? We saw birds attacking each other.
We did. It looked like two crows attacking a falcon or a hawk. It was hard to tell from where we were, but they were not happy. They kept diving down at them.
Huge birds, and they were having an aerosol attack on each other. Is aerosol air attack? Assault attack?
Yeah. We'll just call it a falcon. He was under the two crows. They kept diving into him.
Probably wasn't aerosol. They probably weren't spray canning each other. So, I'd like to point out that my head is as large as your whole body. Yeah. Do you see the difference? Wait, go back so I can at least blame it on... At least go back there so I can blame it on the distance from the camera. What the hell? So we're going to go into Meow Wolf and...
We're going to try to read the house mystery this time.
It's going to be amazing.
It was too crowded and someone in that house did not bathe or wear deodorant last time.
Scared us off. It was pretty bad.
You couldn't stay in that. You had to leave the house. It was rough.
Yeah.
We're hoping today's not like that.
It was like being in this RV with AJ.
Oh, whatever.
We are first in line at Meow Wolf.
This reminds me of our selfies at the Golden Gate Bridge. It was just my face. Eyes and forehead and your face.
Yeah, exactly. Let's walk through a bookshelf. Was that the best bookshelf you've ever been to?
I want a magic bookshelf.
Well,
I don't think it'll fit in the van there.
I wish we could walk through our fridge and end up in a room like this.
Right.
Yeah. What's going on?
Bottle caps and CDs.
Everywhere. What are you willing to risk? We have way too much color to be in this room.
creation. The animal agrees to return back.
AJ is sending us a postcard. She's sending it to us about Meow Wolf. That is a psychedelic and crazy experience.